Three letters are changing the face of sports. They are CTE. It's a serious brain condition that's not only impacting professional sports. We're going to talk today about the risks to your athletes, how the doctors discover the disorder, and why the condition isn't just happening in the sports world, plus how doctors are finding concussions with a needle instead of a scan, and what your child may be doing every day that could be making the condition worse.
The 2014 Winter Games are just weeks away and our athletes are getting ready. We talk with Olympian Patrick Meek and get his picks for the medals, learn how he's living out his and his family's dream, and what you can do to skate your way to an ultimate weekend giveaway.
These are some of the coolest gadgets ever. From things to help clean your home, to earbuds that monitor your heart, to a baby monitor your little one actually wears. We're going to show you some high-tech gizmos that you might just want to add to your home.
And we're in the kitchen whipping up two dishes today, two mac and cheese dishes that will leave your taste buds tingling. Plus we visit a local distillery and learn more about an after-dinner drink. Delmarva Life starts right now. Good afternoon, I'm Lisa Bryant.
I'm Jimmy Hopple. Welcome to Delmarva Live from historic Studio D. What a lovely day outside.
It is lovely.
Can go with this a long time. You know, we have been talking about this for weeks. The deadline for lawmakers to make an agreement is just a day away. You can see them here talking about it now. Last night, they finally agreed. Here's the question, though. At what cost? The new $1.1 trillion budget is expected to get us through the next deadline in October. But at least two of the cuts have a lot of people talking. Cuts to veterans' pensions and airline fee increases. Maryland Senator Barbara Mikulski says it puts an end to shut down, slow down, slam down politics. But nobody on either side of the aisle is really jumping up and calling it an in-your-face victory. So the House is supposed to vote on this tomorrow.
So those increases, not everyone's happy about these proposed increases, and of course the airline increases. I mean,
the fees are supposed to double.
Haven't we been feed enough?
I'm beginning to think pretty soon you're going to have to bring your own air, or they're going to charge you for that too.
Pilot the plane yourself.
Personal opinion.
And of course, you know, we should be looking out for our veterans. Why are we taking money away from them? This is just, I don't know. I don't understand. What are you thinking?
I sometimes think there have got to be other things that they're considering a better thing to keep than. I really have a hard time justifying that, though. I realize I'm not there. I'm not making the vote. I'm not in the debates, but you've really got to come up with a good justification to. Right.
You know, another hot topic, of course, is unemployment. And if you're hoping for a state or local government job, but you're afraid of maybe you have credit problems, maybe you have a criminal history, and oftentimes you have to check if you do.
Yeah, there's a little box right there on the application.
If you have a criminal history, you can't even get in the door. Well, there are some legislators who are trying to fix that. Under the legislation, you would never have to check the box on the application asking if you have that criminal history. Your prospective new employer would consider it only if you've been given a conditional offer. Now, what that means is you walk in the door, they don't know anything, whether you have a criminal history or whether your credit's bad or anything. You interview for the job, and then they offer you the job based on what they find out
that you can do.
Exactly. So in other words, you show yourself off to them. They find out what you can do, then they find out whether or not you have a criminal history. It's
more of a level playing field.
It is. It is.
Instead of getting sorted right at the very beginning with, I don't think I'm going to waste my time on these people. So it's a good thing for people who are trying to get past a history that might not have.
But I want to say, though, it wouldn't apply to jobs where you're already required to get a criminal background check, like for the people in the police department, for court systems, prison systems, things like that. Just want to make that clear. But this would just be for other jobs, other state jobs. So we'll see what happens.
Good news there. Well, an old building is getting a new life. As a matter of fact, it did just this afternoon. The Freer Federal Building is now home to Wesley College's nursing program. The health sciences building gives the college more growing room as the program itself is growing. The college has had its eye on the building since the federal government left it in 2009. So, you know, we could use that.
Yeah. Their nursing program is expanding because of, more people need their services. So that's a good thing. And speaking of health care, good news if you're a Maryland resident trying to sign up for health care online, but you've had computer problems. Governor Martin O'Malley announced an agreement to help you out retroactively.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, if you're still trying to figure it all out, the Lower Shore Health Insurance Program has some workshops through the rest of the month, and they're going to help those. Here they are, tomorrow at the Snow Hill Library from 5 to 7 p.m., Thursday at the Ocean City Library 4 to 6 p.m., also on Thursday at the Princess Anne Library, 5 to 7 p.m., and then another one on Thursday at the Pittsville Library from 6 to 8 p.m. You can get all that stuff worked out so that you can get your health care.
And there are various workshops scheduled through the rest of the month as well. That's just a few of the next ones. We can put all the rest of those on delmarvalife.com, and you can find out when there's going to be one close to you.
Have you heard about I think we talked about this last year at some point, about the Renoir painting that was stolen from the Baltimore Art Museum several years ago. I mean, like back in the 50s.
Right.
Well, it turned up. Okay, here's the thing about the story.
That's pretty.
It's going back to the museum, and here's why. This Renoir was stolen from the museum in 1951, ended up in the possession of a woman who said she bought it decades later for only $7 at a flea market in West Virginia. Right. Well, the museum wants it back because it was stolen. Of course, it all went to court. A federal judge finally ruled on Friday that it has to be returned to the museum. Now, this matter made headlines because the woman, who's from Virginia, tried to take the painting to an auction to auction it off. They were going to give her $75,000 for it, but then it was kind of like, wait a minute. The Baltimore Museum stepped in and said, hey, that's our painting. The claim that she found it at a flea market, that's in question too, because members of her family say they remember seeing the painting hanging up in her mother's home decades before.
Really?
Yes. So
it's not like she's out $7.
Exactly. So federal judge took this all into consideration. It's going back to where it belongs.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
I wonder who it was that picked it out and said, you know, I think that's, I'm not so sure. All right, so we know he can act. He was in Purple Rain. After all, Prince will be making a guest appearance on the Fox comedy New Girl. It's the episode that airs after the Super Bowl. Zooey Deschanel's character is invited to a mansion party hosted by Prince, a party her friends are determined to crash.
Oh, that should be good.
That's gonna Super Bowl, of course, traditionally the most watched TV event of the year, so the time slot is considered prime real estate.
And then, of course, the Super Bowl on Fox 21.
On Fox 21.
All right, Jack Bauer is coming back. Speaking of Fox, everyone is so excited. Fox announced its reboot of 24 with a 2-hour premiere on May 5th. 24, Live Another Day, will settle into its 9 p.m. Monday time period following that premiere. They're going to have a 12-episode run. You asked for it, you got it. And you can catch 24 on our sister station, Fox 21.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. A lot of people happy. Still ahead on Delmarva Life. Think you can live without your smartphone now? Well, wait until some of these gadgets hit the market. From a baby monitor that the baby actually wears, to a toothbrush that keeps track of how thoroughly you brush your teeth. The future is here, and we'll show you some of the high-tech gadgets you'll soon be incorporating into your daily life.
A little bit later on, it's a distillery dream turned into daily life for a couple here on Delmarva. Why they're focusing their attention on making one well-known spirit. And we're going to show you how it's made.
They make the drink, we make the food. Today we head into the kitchen with Adam's Rib to make a comfort food with a premium twist. How about some lobster mac and cheese? Yum.
But first, failed marriages, homelessness, even suicide, all blamed on a devastating brain injury. Former professional football players are opening up about their struggles with a condition called CTE. And by the way, it is not limited to football or even professional sports for that matter. We're going to learn more about it. Delmarva Live, we'll be right back.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future. Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. Your local York and LG dealers, and State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.